Huh! Well, hello and welcome back, and thank you for coming back. Today, well, you've guessed it, we're in downtown Kato Paphos, and we're going to take you down to the blue Mediterranean Sea and show you a truly spectacular view. But before we get there, I'm going to introduce you to the most beautiful woman in the world, and her name is Miss Ochin Grasivian-Leboeuf.
Hello, everybody! How nice to see you again and again.
And again. So stick with us. The blue Mediterranean Sea is coming up, and there's that nice little froth going on, and there's that nice little bit of chopsiness going on because, well, the summer season is coming to end, and we are entering, shall we say, into the autumn season. Still a great time for you all to come out on holiday, because the temperature, believe it or not, on the 3rd of October, I don't normally give you a date, but I will, is 29.5 degrees. There's a few clouds in the air, and there's a little bit of chopsiness and froth in the sea. But to be honest, that adds that little bit more beauty to it, and it looks absolutely spectacular. A little bit like.
And very soon we're gonna get warm, wet.
As we climb on the rocks.
With this climbing, my God, climbing on the rock. And I remember when once Mr. Paul, it was in March, he nearly was taken away from the
yes, that's right. The weather does get chopsy, just you understand. The temperature will always stay quite high, but the weather and the waves do decide to attack downtown Kato Paphos, and they try to take us with it, because we try to get that little bit close, because we try to give you that little bit of, well, fun and games. That's what it's all about on our channel. Fun, games, views, and monkeying about. And if you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, and please come back for a little bit more of our madness. And if you want to help the channel grow, and you want the channel to go off on other trips, should we say, Limassol, Larnaca, Ayia Napa, even the Greek islands, please consider hitting into our about page, and there you will find the opportunity to either buy us a coffee, and soon we'll be adding the opportunity for you to buy us a very nice pizza as well. Thanks.
It will not for sure be, please buy me the luxury car, that's for sure.
No. I don't think many people would like to buy us a Bentley. Remember, there we go. Right, stick with us. We're going to take you for a little walk, and we're going to show you some of the spectacular views. Have a look at that. We're going to have a little walk along those rocks, and it'll take us back to olden times. And of course, as tradition goes, we're going to follow the rear end of Miss Ochin Grasivian-Leboeuf. There we go. Stick with us. Winter season is coming rapidly, so we've got to find things to do. So this is the kind of thing that we do. We monkey around on the rocks, and the, well, beautiful blue Mediterranean Sea tries to eat us. And I get a nice look at the rear end of Ochin Grasivian-Leboeuf, and of course the viewers do as well. We understand that perhaps it's not so popular with the female viewers, but luckily for us, more than 70% of our viewers are males. So they're either looking at me, or they're looking at the rear end of Grasivian-Leboeuf, that's for sure. Here we go. And you never know, when we get to the end, the sea might decide to try and eat her, or me. Now, if you want to see Paphos in a totally different way, we could be that special channel for you, because, well, no one else is quite as adventurous as us, or as stupid as I say. Who else would walk along these rocks and try and make a little YouTube video as they follow the rear end of the most beautiful woman in the world, Miss Ochin Grasivian-Leboeuf? And at any time, the chopsiness of that sea could come up and eat us, that's for sure.
To say that the sea is coming up to here because all these rocks are wet.
Keep going, Grasivian-Leboeuf. She's looking very worried. Let's keep going. Let's see how far we can get. Look at that. That's what it's all about. The jump of a panther. There we are. Look at that. Problem is, the cameraman has got to follow. That's the problem. There we are. So, Miss Ochin Grasibi-Alabooth, what have you got to say?
Mr. Paul, I want to say that we have to go away from here. You know that I have a phobia of the waves. Please.
Please. Well, I'll get down there and I'll let Ochin Grasibi-Alabooth lead the way back because, of course, we like to watch the rear end. Here we go. There she goes. Like a scared little monkey. She's now working her way back to the shoreline. So hopefully you've enjoyed our little adventure on the rocks.
I remember in the very beginning, I got wet here, very wet, and I mean it, very wet, up to my up and down underwear.
That was very nice indeed, that's for sure. If you want to go hunting for those earlier videos, they're way, way, way back, obviously. But there's quite a lot of them with us wandering around on the rocks because, well, there's not a lot else to do. Although, in February coming, there is an election for the president, and, well, there's not a lot to do in February, so I was thinking about applying. You never know. They might need an idiot with sunglasses and a blue hat who's got a couple of bob and a beautiful blonde. Called Miss Ochin Grasibi-Alabooth. There she is. So stick with us, we are going to make our way back to the Kato Paphos shoreline. This is the shoreline, if you're wondering, to the rear of the Almira Hotel and the Alexander the Great Hotel. And there's a pathway that connects all the way to the Kato Paphos promenade and harbour area. And in fact, most of the hotels in downtown Kato Paphos are located on this pathway. So if you come out their back entrances and turn right, keep walking and you're going to end up at the Kato Paphos promenade and harbour sooner or later. And it's not a bad pathway, it's not too badly lit and it's quite level and you should be alright, yeah, unless you've got to push there, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but if it's sleepy here, wet, be careful because you can be swept away. I mean, I don't want you to risk because by the time when the rocks getting wet, they getting very slippery. Yeah,
we're not advocating that people go climbing on the rocks. Please be very, very careful. We're just stupid at the end of the day. But we do actually take our footing very, very seriously. I've only got one hand, obviously, because the other hand's on the camera. But if you watch, we do take our time, and we have been on those rocks quite often. Obviously, there's going to be the time when we come a cropper, and I'm sure that's what you're all waiting for. You never know, we might get some extra views for it. So here we are now. If you're wondering what that is the Kato Paphos water sports area belonging to Paphos Water Sports and Boat Trips. That's to the rear of the Almira Hotel. Not owned by the Almira Hotel, it's just that's where it's located. So you can go in there and you can go parasailing as we did. You can go bobcatting, yes, you can bring your Uncle Bob, and you can go kata meringuing. So you can bring your cat with you as well. We've got an awful lot of things going on. And there's something there for absolutely everyone, from the littlies to the biggies, from the scaries to the not so scary. So go along, see Captain Abraham. He's the man who looks like an extra from a Bond movie, looks like the bad guy. He has mirror sunglasses and a rather nice blue hat and quite a well-groomed beard. And he looks like a really nice guy, like I said, and he is a really, really nice guy. And he speaks good English, he speaks Greek, he speaks Russian. Not that that's much use to us. But anyway, that's their little setup, the Paphos Water Sports and Boat Trips. As we go past, if he's in the house, we'll introduce you to him. But he's a nice guy. Prices are the same up and down the whole of the harbour, whether you go with him or Nick's Water Sports. Entirely up to you. You see it?
I can imagine all these people now walking around here and enjoying the sun, and I'm the silly one waiting for the rain. But
yeah,
they of course arrived from the
correct.
rain.
Most people have come here, well, on a quest to find the sun and the heat, and they paid good money and travelled a long, long, long way. But of course we live here, so to be honest, the sun is beginning to get us down. It's here 12 months of every year, and through June, July and August, it cooks the life out of you. Remember, not that we're trying to complain, but we do have to work as well. You see
I am complaining, but where should
I
write
complain,
about
yeah.
it? Yeah.
You want a new pair of sunglasses or a hat, I'll bet.
Where should I write about it?
Yes. Well, you can
Put the guy up.
write to the man upstairs or perhaps the man downstairs and see what he has to say. You never know. So, here we are. That's it, there's the Gumbaru. That is the man himself. Hi guys, you alright?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't got his hat on today, there he is. He's a good guy, really is a good guy. And that's their walker plank all the way out to their boats and their jet skis and that kind of thing. So there's something there for everyone, that's for sure. Pacific?
Well, I'm more than sure that you'll get a lovely service here. All your suggestions or all everything you want will be done in a frost and high conditions. Standards.
There we are. Sometimes Miss Oching Receiver booth does get tongue-tied on her English, because I'm sitting my English back. And if you're wondering, obviously she's not English, but she does speak 7 other languages as well. And English, well, I'll say it for our newer viewers, English is her worst language. Yeah, speaks better English than most of us, but that's her worst language. And she also speaks 1 or 2 other languages, Pidginly as well, shall we say. Now, this is a rather nice restaurant, open to anybody, and it's to the rear of the Almira Hotel. And as we go over there, that is the Annabelle Hotel coming up into focus. And then just over there, it's not a private area, but it is controlled by the Annabelle. And you can pop over there, and you can pay them €2.50 a pop for a sun lounger, $2.50 for an umbrella, obviously. You can have a lockable safe, you can rent a gown, you can rent towels, and you can sunbathe the life out of yourself as you lie on those rather nice sunbathing beds as you look out into paradise. What's paradise? Well, that's that. The blue Mediterranean Sea. And one thing is for sure, that sea is blue, that sky is blue. I'm dressed head to toe in blue. She's on quite a lot of blue, so all that's actually missing is
You!
so get yourself on a big bird or a canoe,
And stop paddling like crazy.
because Paphos is quite simply waiting for.
You!
There we are. It's all about the U's and the blues. Here we are. So this is where the coastal pathway to the rear of all of the Pasidonis Avenue hotels comes to its crescendo and its end, and it's going to curve round and come to the washrooms, the changing rooms, and there's a raised sunbathing deck area above that as well. But you're going to curve round, and then you are going to join the Kato Paphos Promenade. Let's have a look at that view before we get there one more time. This is a rather nice area where people have nice, easy access to get into the water. If you're looking very carefully, Mr. Dave Johnham, all the way from Rotherham, you might get one of your favourite views. There you go. And this, as I say, is a very, very nice area. It's where the coastal pathway blends and melds into the promenade, and then in the very, very distance you've got the Kato Paphos harbour, you've got some big boats, some small boats, and that kind of thing. So if you're looking for a great, great place to come on your holidays, Paphos should be at the very, very top of your list. And as you can see, the people walking around, most of them have got no clothes on, and it is very early in October, which means it must be pretty hot.
Yes, and it is, you know, as it was trying to rain, it didn't eventually in some places. Then the sun is trying to hit more stronger. This is what I understand, and I feel it because
It's breaking through. The UV, I think, this year is higher than normal. The sun's rays, that kind of thing. But at the moment, the summer and the autumn are having a bit of an argument. Now we all understand that the autumn's going to win, but don't be thinking that autumn in downtown Kato Paphos is not very nice, because I can promise you that it is. The temperatures are only going to drop to probably 24, 25. So if you're from the northern hemisphere at this time of year, well, it's like a summer's day, that's for sure. Now, just over here, these are the fully refurbished area of the changing rooms and the toilets. And like I say, up there is a raised deck area. So this is a great, great place indeed. We're just going to get to the exercising machines, which have been installed. And, well, Miss Oching Receiver booth always likes to have a little bit of a monkey around. And then we're going to say a very, very good goodbye. And one last thing for me to say before we get to see Receiver Booth's rear end is, if you do like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, come back for a little bit more of our madness. And if you really, really like us and you want the channel to grow, please consider going through to our About page, where you can take the opportunity to buy us a coffee or a pizza, whichever you might choose. That's the view.
Let's get physical, physical. I can sing, I can dance, I can read, I can write.
Like a true little monkey. Now, we know what it's all about. I'll go and take a seat and we'll have a look at the rear end of Oching Brasilia Labouf as we look out across the blue Mediterranean Sea. It doesn't get any better than that. Let's go and get the good goodbye and we'll say thanks for watching.
I would like to tell you many thanks again and again. We're loving you to bits. And please come to see another madnesses. Mr. Ritchie.
There we are. Mr. Damon Ritchie. That another was especially for you. Miss Zuka, I'm thinking about buying a Suzuki.
No Suzuka.
I know.
Suzuki is a car.
Zuzka. Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully you'll come back for another one of our, well, madnesses.
Don't forget, we're loving you all, no matter if we didn't mention you all, but we will always remember about every single of you. Take care, and loving you too.